What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Miss Azrael's Gaming. Today we're going to jump back into Tavern Talk, and if you remember from the last episode, we'd lost one of our own. Alethea had died protecting the rest of the group that she was with, and Clay got extremely angry with us about the whole situation and stormed off. So we're on Act 4, The Wake. 23, The Wheel of Fortune, 34th of the Astral Moon. Someone should go after Clay at some point. We'll need his help. We don't have time to let ourselves fall apart right now. Easy for you to say. You weren't there. Carolyn's right. We'll have time to feel defeated once we're dead. Right now, all is not lost. Not yet. Sure. It's just a bit hard to buy this never give up stuff right now. It's funny, the thunder didn't sign off. Normally the thunder goes off when they say a curse word. If you know how to salvage all this, feel free to share with the class. I'm serious. I won't even roll my eyes at any heroic speeches right now. Yeah, I figured. So what? Do you just want to give up? I don't know. Clay was right. It's getting pretty hard to see the point. That's exactly what got us into this mess to begin with. What? Your failure? No. This ambivalence. I think you guys need to take a good hard look at reality. I don't like betting on losing horses. Of course. Did enough pro bono today? How much it'll cost to get you interested again? Oh, you can write off. Ulysses. What's up, Nils? Think this through. What would you even do? Where would you go? Don't patronize me for trying to save myself. Nils is right. There won't be anywhere to go soon. I don't want to hear it, Innkeeper. What do you even know? All you do is sit here and watch everything fall apart around you. Don't you dare lecture me on this. I don't think that's very fair of you to say. You really want to talk about fair? Must be easy, huh? All up on your high horse watching us struggle every day? And all you can spare is some half-assed commentary and a few pleasantries. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you mercenaries cared so much. Well, I got there in the end. Did you? Should have figured. Explains why that bird spying on us all this time was also just a footnote for you. Excuse me. Hey, you always go on and on about your responsibilities as an innkeeper. How's it your duty to serve anyone that walks through those doors? If that necromancer walked in here, would you offer him an ear and listen to his story? Would you serve Alethea's murderer a drink with a smile like you do for us? Hey, maybe he'd bring her corpse along. Good thing you'd already know what drink to serve her. That's cruel. Why are you defending her? You should be just as pissed as me. That elf is gone because she couldn't get over her own ego, right? For all we know, Fable could be dead in a ditch somewhere. We wouldn't know. My drinks aren't miracle tinctures. They can't move mountains. But they could provide the edge between life and death, couldn't they? And you decide to refuse them that help because you were petty. Not like it matters now. Don't talk like Fable's already dead. Maybe you should have thought harder before letting Fable walk away like that. What happened to believing in them? If there's any chance they might come back, I'll keep these tavern doors open. Good to know you seem to have somewhat of a heart. Whatever. Whatever? I don't know what else you want me to say. Just try to say something that doesn't make it sound like you've already given up. Like you didn't give up the moment things turned rough in the chasm. That was different. People were dying. A lot of people will die soon because we ran. So unless you have some big idea for how to fix this world... Oh, I know. You can just set up another hit, Nils. That way someone else can take care of your problems again. It just won't be me this time. Innkeeper, Carolyn, it's been real. Or not. But risking Clay's temper seems more meaningful than sitting here, so goodbye. She does have a point, doesn't she? I don't know what to do anymore. On our way back from the Highlands, I was thinking, I could just go see my family, but would I even reach them before the sun sets for the last time? I could have tried. Instead, I'm here. I'm not sure why. There must be something left to do. Maybe, if we have the element of surprise with your sword, we might... No. This sword can't save this world, and neither can I. And they've all lost hope, and that is not a good thing. Fable! I can't tell what happened to their face. I don't know if that's supposed to be like scars or burn or something, but am I seeing things? Fable? Hello, everyone. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome back. I'm back. Somebody pinch me. Ow. I said pinch, not punch, Carolyn. That wasn't a punch. I'll show you. Wait, it's really me. Even though I do look a little different. Is it weird? No, it suits you. Looking badass, Elfie. Thanks, I like it too. I like the horns. Wait, oh, I just now noticed the horns. I'm here looking at their face and, and they've got horns coming out of their head, and I just now noticed that. They look, horny? Nope, that sounds wrong. Let me try again. Take your time. They're very pretty. Beautiful? Effervescent? Do you need one of your own drinks, Innkeeper? Well, what I really want to say is... I'm so glad you're okay, Fable. And I'm happy you're back. I'm really happy to see you as well, Innkeeper. And there's so much of all of us to talk... And there's so much for all of us to talk about. Wait, before that, first and foremost, I want to say that I'm truly sorry. I should never have refused to make you a drink. No matter what insecurities I'm dealing with, I should have never let them get in the way of keeping you safe. I made it back, didn't I? And I thank the dragons for that. But I still ended up acting like a giant hypocrite. None of my encouragement was ever given in falsehood, yet learning to trust in the abilities I knew you had. It was hard to trust you while the worry for you... Wait. I cannot read today. It was hard to trust in you while the worry for your well-being was eating me whole. The worry of losing a friend. Don't you mean regular? No, you're my friend. If you'll still have me. You know, I thought about a lot about our last conversation. I was upset at first, but most of all, I was afraid. Afraid that we'd never talk again. I didn't even know if I ever wanted to come back to this tavern. Maybe the me from a few weeks ago would have just stayed away, but you're important to me too, Innkeep. And I wanted to be brave for the both of us. So I came back to hear you out. And I'm happy I did. Glad you're both finally able to resolve this. That conversation must have really eaten into your word count for the day, Innkeeper. Worth it. But yes, you'll have to carry me from here on out, Nils. I'll try my best. Oh, right. Guys, we don't have time to chat. There's this necromancer that stole Ur's axe. I don't know who he is or what he wants to do with it, but we have to stop him. Why are you guys looking at me like that? It might be good to get everyone up to speed. You go first, Fable. You got us at the edge of our seats. Well, as you know, I was searching for Millie around the portal to the Twilight Chasm. I couldn't find any clues, not with the devastation left behind after the flood. And then a thought struck me. What if Millie was pulled into the portal by the waves? That would have been a nightmare, literally. And even if I could swear I saw the shadows around the portal moving, or the fact that it's entrance to the plane called the Nightmare Realm, I couldn't just abandon my friend, so I went through the portal. How did that go for you? To be honest, I barely remember what happened when I first went through. The distorted landscape, the giant gangly creatures roaming around, my heart was beating out of my chest. All my blood was in my ears again. Eventually I found an alcove that gave me some shelter, but I just couldn't stop freaking out. In my blind panic, I had run so far away from where I entered that the chance of finding any traces of Melly was almost zero. So what did you do next? I must have fallen asleep. What? Excuse me? Well, all that running and worrying got me so exhausted I must have just passed out. It was weird, falling asleep in such a strange place. I couldn't remember any dreams afterwards, just a sense of disquiet and unease. But when I woke up, the Twilight Chasm looked different to me. It didn't scare me so much anymore. Moreover, I felt almost melancholic as I regarded its deep purple horizons. And suddenly, close to my alcove where spiky mountains split the sky, I saw entrances to tunnels that I hadn't seen before. My curiosity got the better of me, and I ventured inside. The deeper I went, the more I started seeing veins of precious stone lining the walls. And soon the tunnel widened into a huge cave. And I mean, it was huge, gigantic. I wasn't even able to see the ceiling anymore. Turns out, somehow I had stumbled from the Twilight Chasm into the center of the plane, not the dragon, but in front of me was the sleeping form of the Elder Dragon themselves, looking more awake than they should have been. I can only guess that the water covering the floor must have roused them. The flood had even managed to reach cavern. You mean the dragon that, if woken too early, will bring about the end of everything was awake? Yes. Great. Another apocalypse. Do we get double points for a combo? Wait. I haven't finished my tale yet. But you're right. It didn't look good. Especially when the necromancer appeared. I hid behind a formation of stalagmites as soon as I noticed him. Something about his presence and armor seemed off. He was followed by a couple hundred undead creatures dressed in farmer's clothing. I was still debating whether to reveal myself or not when he began to cast a strange spell. A green mist started to coalesce under head. Then their eyes flew fully open. I was stunned when I saw their gaze. Their presence had suddenly become stifling. Whatever strange vision the mist revealed seemed to enrage them. Their roar must have shaken the whole plane. But while was distracted, the necromancer tried to retrieve their fabled axe wrapped in their tail. It was a gut feeling, but I just couldn't let him take that axe. I had to stop him. But as he took hold of the large weapon, he turned to look right at me. My legs felt like goo. I was shaking so bad it was hard to draw breath. I knew at that moment, should I try to fight him, I would die. It was by pure luck that, in that moment, shook off the mist and lunged for the intruder. The undead creatures used their bodies to shield him, shattering upon impact with claws, while the necromancer cast the same mist spell again. The spell connected with ease, giving him the precious seconds he needed to escape. For a while, nothing happened. There was just silence. I think desperation made me brave, or blind to the consequences, but I could hesitate no longer. If that necromancer was to use the axe for evil, well, I had the chance to stop him and didn't. So I abandoned my hiding spot and ran towards begging them for help. You just asked the Elder Dragon for help. Yes, it seemed like my only option at the time. How did they answer? With a riddle. It went something like this. Gems and jewels I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by lucky. It blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight. So close to death, unseen you find. What, little mortal, do I seek? I was never good at riddles. That's easy. I already figured it out. Can I? Let's see. Gems and jewels I create, yet my most precious treasure I still await. Sought by many, found by the lucky. It blessed the oldest and youngest before it struck me. No mortal stands against it, an immortal's delight. So close to death, unseen you find. What little mortal do I seek? Huh. Sounds like time. Most precious treasure I still wait, sought by many, found by the lucky. It blessed the oldest and the youngest before it struck me. I don't know. I feel like it's time, but I could be wrong. Let's go. That's easy. I already figured it out. I've always loved riddles. I mean, I do love riddles, but can't relate. I appreciate their lyricism. To be honest, I could barely think past all the emotions warring within me. And so I just said the first thing on my mind. I told them how much I didn't want to answer a riddle just then. Saving people shouldn't depend on getting a riddle right. And if wanted something in the first place, maybe they shouldn't speak in riddles. And communicate clearly instead. Wow. You said that to their face? I got caught up in the moment. It seemed to surprise them, judging by the rumbling chuckle they let out. Eventually, told me that all they wanted to do was fall back to sleep. So I pulled out my lute and played the Elder Dragon, a lullaby. Just as I could see their eyes starting to droop, they left. I think I said ours, and I was trying to say eyes. Oh my goodness, this is not a reading day. Then left one gigantic talon to my forehead. A strange heat ran through my body, and a floating orb of blinding blue fire appeared in front of me. It was so warm and kind. It tickled my nose, and when I couldn't hold in my laughter any longer, I, accidentally ate it. Before I could panic about wasting Ur's gift, their gaze let me know that everything was fine. That their flame would stay with me from then on, and that this strength was their boon to me, to this world. The makeover was included, I guess. And that's all there is to it, really. I think that was plenty. That's astonishing. It's not like I did anything special. Anyone in my position would have done the same. No, I think this has fable written all over it. I did forget to bring a cool trinket back for you. I think you brought something a lot more important. Hope. Oh. Elfie, are you saying you actually produce dragonfire now? I think so. I practiced recreating the orb on my way here, but I still have a long way to go. I feel like I'm missing some context here. Later. I need to get Rhea right now. Okay, rumor unlocked friendly fire. That was fast. Can't blame her. I heard you might have some dragonfire for me sword. Good to see you back in one piece, Fable. Good to be back in one piece. So, what's the situation? Is there a new plan? Yes. Maybe? We'll need to figure out the details. But it's fair to say we've been given another shot. Right. If there's any smithing to be done, you know I'm with you. How long do you think you'll need to reforge the sword? With that blueprint from the Highlands, it'll go a lot quicker. I'm confident I'll be able to make a darn fine sword. It'll be ready before sunrise. Got no time to waste. Right. I'd still really like to know what we can't waste time on. Let's discuss it with the others. Melly is a lot better at explaining this kind of stuff. She's safe? Yes, she's safe. Innkeep, I trust you'll have some quests locked and loaded up for us top of the morning. Of course. I guess we'll see you tomorrow, Innkeeper. Here we go. Hope came back. Rest well, everyone. Okay, well, we only have 3 here. Fight of hopes and dreams. All might seem lost, but the fight is not over yet. Quasar can still be stopped at the aperture. He's in possession of a demonic weapon, but so are we. Thanks to Fable and their newly obtained dragonfire, we were able to forge a weapon to withstand his evil powers. Okay, we got a feed on do. Sweep up and then blow out the candles. All right, Act 4, The Wake, 24, House of Hope, 35th of the Astral Moon. Good morning. Good morning. You don't know how refreshing it is to see you 3 all together again. Likewise. Did you rest well? Not much, but well. We wanted to spend the whole night planning while Rhea worked on the sword, but Una forced us to sleep. She's always valued nap time. Innkeeper, I've observed you put up quests for us. I did. And you even thought about defending the roots? Very smart, Innkeeper, very smart. I assume that means you all did too. Of course we did. We made plans and backup plans and teams and everything. What kind of team did you join? Fable's going to fight that big bad necromancer guy with their cool new dragon powers. And we'll make sure the zombies don't eat people. Together with Baya and Archie, we'll evacuate the capital and Zenith too. There shouldn't be any people around when this undead army arrives. Other than our extermination team, obviously. That seems reasonable. With Baya's help, it should go quickly too. Right? First we wanted to ask her to teleport Team Cool Sword to the aperture, but Baya says she can't talk to the trees in the Forbidden Valley. They're too weird. Too weird for Baya? Must be some strange trees. Yeah, I really want to see them, but it's too dangerous, so I'll just wait until I'm older. Archie's going to help us convince the people in charge about the approaching danger. I'll help with providing good arguments and keeping things organized. And Nils will lead our group and scout out escape routes. And after that, you're staying behind for the battle, Nils? No, I'm staying with Millie. I'll bring everyone to safety and protect them there. Not out for revenge? I trust my friends will deliver for me. I do want the necromancer to be defeated, but I don't want to leave Millie alone again even more. So you want to stay out of it? I want to live. Oh. Plus, Millie will need an assistant. I couldn't ask for a better one. Agreed. Now, I know you didn't put up a quest for the evacuation, but could you give me a drink for the road? Something tasty to motivate me. We'll have to convince a lot of people we haven't gone mad. Sure. What secret do you have for me this time? A really big one. What could possibly still surprise me now? My real name. Oh. I'm all ears. It's Nil. Nil Broom. It's a stupid name, I know, but I think I'm done pretending to be someone else, so Neil it is. Okay, we unlocked more information on him. Okay, so I've been wondering for quite some time if their true name was as cool as all their aliases. But it suits him well. Solving the dispute with his parents and warming up to the people around them really did wonders. It's good to see they found their voice again. You know, it's funny that they're referring to them as they, because I believe in the beginning of this game he was a he, him, and now he's a he, they. And I wonder if that's something that they updated because he kept doing like the name changes and stuff. So that's kind of interesting there. I love it. Neil, it's cute. Can I give you a nickname? Neely, Neilchin, Nelly, like Melly, but with an N. Neil is fine, I think. Neil, it suits you really well. Thank you, Fable. Such a nice name definitely earned you a drink. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel edgy enough. We're going to be nice. I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you for helping me be myself. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make sure Neil is just as charming as Zephyr or Malachite or John then. I appreciate it. Okay, so he needs a charismatic drink. Which would be the Spoken Heart. Need a little of that. A little of this. And a whole lot of that. Some additional charm, not that you need it. This is delicious, thank you. I hope this will make me more bearable to the townsfolk. I find you plenty bearable. Thanks. Innkeeper? Yes, Fable? I've been meaning to tell you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Without you pushing me to go on that werewolf quest, I wouldn't have gained the confidence to face Ur. You're one of the best friends I've ever had. Fable, I have a confession to make. Let me guess. You don't actually know how to make hot chocolate. Actually, I recently learned how. Would you like one? You're trying to distract us. Yes, she is, but I'd still like one. I'll accept it when you're done telling us your secrets. I'll trade your confession for the chance to make me a hot chocolate. I see I've taught you well. All right. This is scarier than I thought it might be. I know, but you can do it. That crazy necromancer? The truth is, I know him pretty well. He's my former best friend. I think there was a little bit more than just best friends there, but we'll just stick with that one. That makes sense. It does. Well, I always knew she was hiding something. And when I saw the flowers in the necromancer's armor, it reminded me of the letter you refused to open. Yeah. That letter was something kind of sweet, evil. I mean, it actually was a sweet letter, if I remember right. So I'm going to go with that one. So, you two were friends? We were in an adventuring party together. It was us and 4 others. Aquila, Aegeus, Alkane, and Kaya. Oh, it's been ages since I've said their names out loud. We spent quite a few years together. What happened? They died. Our friends, Remember the other necromancer you were researching, Millie? Obviously. Is he their reincarnation? Was it right? Not quite. But we fought her, Carabosa, a couple of times. She was obsessed with immortality and would do anything to get it. To us, it was like a game. She'd do something horrible, we'd stop her goons, she'd get away. We got so used to it that we became careless and arrogant. We didn't quite realize how dangerous she really was. Thinking ourselves invincible, we went into our last fight unprepared. And my friends paid for it with their lives. Fable, to be honest, I thought that was what would happen to you when you went into the Twilight Chasm. I thought he'd be the end of you. I see. I understand why you were scared. I just wish you would have told me. Me too. When we fought her, they all went down so quickly. Aquila got mind-controlled and struck down Alkane. Kaya went down trying to heal Aegeus. We tried so hard to keep fighting despite it all, to not give up, and then suddenly, they were all gone. And it was only me and Quasar. Quasar, is that his name? Yes, Quasar Dustbringer. Is that his real name? Yes. Chalice? A little. He grew up in the Order of Starlight. It was a difficult subsection from Tia's, it was a different subsection from Tia's, but I guess Cassiopeia's servants have a flair for dramatic names. We got along immediately. We hated each other at first. No, we got along immediately. The Cassiopeian and Leviathan symmetry kicked in right away, I guess. You worship the Great Sea Serpent. Yeah. I'm not much of a cleric or a paladin type, though. I prefer more direct communication. Cool. We both had a lot of similar practices our party members found weird and off-putting. It was fun. But the other necromancer, Carabosa. That one. She died, right? So you defeated her after all. No. Yes. Well, Quasar did. When I saw my friends I was pretty sure it was all over, that we'd lost. I was hopeless and scared, so I ran. I ran and I didn't stop until I was too far gone to turn back. I get that. Running's pretty easy when you're scared. And that must have been really scary, to lose your friends like that. It was. I did the right thing by leaving. It was, but it wasn't right to leave them behind. I feel like, yeah, it was smart, but leaving them behind, I feel like that would be what would affect our character. So I'm going to go with that one. I think it's okay to regret it, but I'm still glad you made it here. I wish I was less of a coward. You're working on it now. I'm trying. Suddenly, there was an explosion of intense magic from where I had escaped from. I'm pretty sure he used the Soul Shatterer spell to defeat her. That sounds shattering. Like something Hex would use. We stole it from a mad wizard back in the day. It was clearly too dangerous to be used, so we all agreed to keep the scroll safe and untouched. But he didn't. We didn't. We both wanted to study it despite the warnings. And while the others were partying or getting into tavern bras or petting were owls, we studied a scroll that could rip souls asunder. I don't think either of us ever planned on using it, but we were young and curious. The allure of powerful magic is a difficult one to ignore. I think when I escaped and he refused to run with no other options left, he used it against her. And it shattered Carabosa's soul. It clearly won him the fight, but it didn't bring them back. How have we never heard about any of this? You have, in a way. It happened 30 years ago? Yes. I was wondering why he opened the first sigil 30 years ago and then waited so long for the others. I guess it was an accident. Opening the portals, I mean. That's what it did, right? With her soul? Turned it into a portal? I think so, yes. And now he wants to bring your friends back. We can all relate to that right now. There's nothing I wouldn't give to see them again. My old friends, and Tia too, but the past has already happened and I can't change it, no matter how much I want to. I want to honor the love they taught me, the ways they changed me, and the life I still get to live. They're worth so much more than only remembering the worst things that ever happened to them. And I don't want to destroy myself any more than my cowardice already did. You are a bit of a coward. You could have told us this at the beginning. I didn't want it to be him, I guess. Nor did I want to choose sides. He's still my friend, even after all he's done. Even after he put on Carabosa's armor and abandoned his oath, I I guess no one wants to accept that their friend has become someone unrecognizable to them. I'm sorry that happened to you. To the both of you. It feels good to finally say it out loud. Is that weird? Not at all. Do you think we can share this with the others? His name and the story, I mean. If you want to. I fear Kara will crush me, though. I'll put in a good word for you. Do you hate me now? Of course not. You're a friend. Our occasionally stupid, shady, and sad friend, but our friend nonetheless. Now, that's a little rude. And Quasar is your friend. I also wouldn't know what to do if I had to fight against my friends. I'd like to think I wouldn't want to hurt them either. But you really do have to start taking your own advice. So I've heard. Thank you, Fable. You really are my favorite regular. Part of me still hopes he ends up surviving. I'm going to go with that one. I think the Quasar you knew already died. I know. Do I get a hot chocolate now, or are we going to be sad for another hour? I'll get you your hot chocolate. Thank you for being patient. Hot chocolate it is. Do we have to put something in that? I don't remember. I don't remember. I think we do have to put something in it, but I do not remember what we had to stick in it. Because that has so many... I don't think we can have enough. So we need something that... that boosts... Oh, I just used the wrong thing. There you go, undo. I don't feed you enough. There we go, hot chocolate. I think there was something that you're supposed to put in that besides those, but I don't know. Here, a hot chocolate, Quincy style. This is perfect. Thank you so much. No zombie shall stand a chance against my chocolatey veins. I have to go run through the garden now. See you in a bit. Good luck, Fable. I'll go with her. We'll check in with you guys after we've won. I'd like that. Once we're back, how about some cheesecake and dancing? That sounds lovely. We can make some flour biscuits, too. I'm very excited to try those. Be safe out there. You too, Neil. It sounds better when you say it. Can't wait to hear it again. Thank you for sharing all that with us, Innkeeper. I guess it was finally my turn to be honest. Do you think we'll win this? Yes, I believe in you all. No, but I wouldn't mind a surprise. Yeah, I believe in you. I know you'll stop him and save us all. Especially with you on the team. You're a really good cheerleader. I know. And even if you don't come back, I'm still glad I got to spend all this time with you. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Me neither, Innkeeper. But don't say goodbye just yet. I'm still coming back to pick up that quest. I need to check in with the others first, though. I figured. Thank you for everything, Fable. I couldn't have wished for a better person to share my adventures with. I'll be back in a bit. Be patient. I'll try my best. Off they go. Getting everything set. Hey, it's Kyle. Well, hello, Innkeeper. We've returned. Welcome back to my tavern. Good to see you found your way back to us, Kyle. But of course, why wouldn't I? The little wizardling drew such a magnificent map for me, which he held upside down. How are you two doing? Still clinging to those empty lines, are we? You can drop that act now, Innkeep. Well, no, you're not just a mere babbler after all. Who told you the good news? We met this lovely little girl on our way here. A really chatty kitling. Maybe she has to overcompensate for that brooding older foster brother of hers. So you know about everything. About your history with the necromancer? For sure. Have to admit, everything makes a lot more sense now. I'm glad you came back. I think we've all made some mistakes in our past. Some of us married evil. Others ran away because they were afraid. What counts is it's what you do now, Innkeeper. For example, how you help fix our There's the thunder, up from 30 years ago. I see you've already put up a quest for us. Good. You're not going to fight alongside Care. Oh, fight? Whom are we fighting? The undead army. You know, the one that's marching towards the capital? But who am I to blame them? Sounds like a wonderful stroll through nature. They're not strolling. They're eating away at the roots protecting the capital. That's not very nice. You got that right. And that's why we're going to stop them. Very well, dear Rhea. Ye and your cape will be welcome additions to the team. There'll also be a few more adventurers accompanying us. Scully, Una, and Jade are going to join in on the fun. Una also mentioned Iniko, but I haven't seen them in a hot minute. I bet they're out somewhere wreaking havoc. Saving this world and the capital from destruction sounds like a dangerous endeavor. Oh, don't worry. It is. I mean, yeah. Just as I thought. I couldn't bear losing yet another person so close to me in my lifetime. I know that feeling all too well. Will you both stop worrying about anything bad Will you both stop worrying before anything bad has happened yet? That reminds me. Did the sword turn out well? Excuse me bragging, but it turned out spectacular. I was able to craft a flawless weapon, so deadly yet beautiful. Kair's Baba really passed an astonishing sword onto her. With the Guavier's opals and the blueprint those priests gave us, it's my best work to date. More than enough for the Ore Heart competition. And with Dragonfire Little Elfie acquired, it's also strong enough to withstand Ore's great axe. Already handed my masterpiece over to Kair. She's got to save this world first before I can win me competition. Are you sure you don't want to wield the sword yourself? Nah. I've fought my fair share of undead. I know how to handle them. I'm better off at the capital, and the sword is better off in Kair's hands. It belonged to her Baba once, so naturally it's Kair's legacy. But there's one more thing you could do. Craving one last drink, Rhea? You see right through me. Anything specific you have in mind for today? Just a drink that won't be my last. Mix us something to help us return to your tavern after all this. Agreed. I would love to come back here with my dear Rhea just to reminisce. Very well. I have 2 ideas that could work. I could give you something to enhance your dexterity and intelligence, so you can easily predict and avoid all attacks. I'd top it off with a lotus flower for some extra draconic blessings. That'd be the drink for a purely offensive approach. What would the other drink do? That'd be the choice if you want something less violent. A drink that enhances your natural charisma as well as up your defense. I'd also add some honey flowers to make you extra persuasive. We'll be trying to collect some allies on the way, so we might need to do some convincing. And additional defense seems like a good idea. But smashing the undead creatures' heads together sounds more fun than talking to them. I'm not much of a charmer, you know. Oh, I find you quite charming. Aw, shush. But now, what about me drink? Have you decided on one yet? No. Both sound reasonable to me. I'll leave it up to you. Charm or violence, what will it be? You better choose wisely. Thank you. That's only mildly threatening. I wonder what would happen if you drank both. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the one that we use the honey flower in. Nope. Yeah, so I'm going to do 1,000 wins. So we get the honey flower. Is this the honey flower? I think that's the honey flower. Yeah, I believe so. There we go, 1,000 wins. You're right. You'll need all the help you can get. Some charm seems like the right approach. I just hope you're not completely delusional. Me too. You better restock your supplies, Innkeeper. You're going to need a whole lot of drinks. I'll take your word for it. May you return successful. Be careful. You're starting to sound like some random NPC again. Let's go, Kyle. See you later. Until then, dear Innkeeper, stay safe, you two. I'm back. And I see you brought Care with you. What a pleasant surprise. Good to see you, too. We're taking this quest if you couldn't tell. I guessed as much. You're not going alone, I hope. Of course not. We're just waiting for the others. Voy, Hex, and Grace will be joining us. We're keeping the team small because it'll probably be really hard to get there. But I think Carolyn could probably defeat them all by herself anyway. I don't know. I think I work better on a team. I think we all work better when we don't have to go through terrifying experiences on our own. All part of the humanoid experience, I suppose. No philosophizing before a big quest, please. But I love my philosophizing. We know. Are you scared and excited? Scared and excited? Yeah, both. But it's not the worst combo. We're excited for the epic fight and scared because we care about this world and each other. That seems like a good thing. I guess if I didn't care, I wouldn't feel so worried about all of you either. Good to be worried then, in a way. Though I could do without this feeling of ants running around in my stomach. Me too, but I'm glad you care. Would you say I care, Lynn? Okay, sorry. Then who sort of yours care? Does it have an appropriate epic name? I asked Rhea that too. She told me to name it. And? Lynn panicked. Said it's just a greatsword, so now its name is just a greatsword. Very creative. Luckily, the most commonly translated name for Aura's great axe is just a great axe. So Carolyn's fits right in with the naming convention. I knew that, of course. Of course. So you've got just greatsword, unexplored dragon powers, a quest. All that's missing is a drink? A drink. It would be foolish of me to let you walk out of here without any help again. A little. I mean, you were a little bit of a fool either way. Don't think I'll just forget about whatever you and that Quasar guy got going on. We'll for sure be talking about that once we've stopped him. That's fair. Are you mad at me? No. I guess we all have people we're scared to talk about. But you were right. The past always comes back to haunt us, whether werewolf or necromancer. I can handle the past as long as you guys promise to haunt me for a long while too. We'll give it our best. So Fable, what drink should she get? Well, I think I should play to my strengths, but I'm not sure which one I should focus on. On the one hand, dexterity will make me swifter with a bow, and it always helps to be fast and evasive. On the other hand, Voy has been teaching me how to combine magic and music to support people. And I think a powerful pep talk or healing word can go a long way. So charisma would work too. Innkeeper, I'll leave the choice up to you. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I like both of these sides of myself. Just make me your favorite charisma drink or your favorite dexterity drink. A favorite drink for a favorite customer. Coming right up. Ooh, I don't know what we should make. I'm leaning towards dexterity, though, since I have Rhea on charisma. So we'll go with a swift strike. Fighting skills could really come in handy for this. And speed, too. That way you can always run. Thank you. I feel fast and ready for battle now. Maybe I'll even have time to pick up some new ingredients for you on the way back. Focus on getting yourself back first. I'll think about writing up a fresh grocery quest later. So, does your ex-paladin have any weaknesses? His arrogance, his devotion, his ticklish. He's ticklish. Oh my god, I want to say that. I mean, he is pretty arrogant. He seemed pretty devoted. I'm going to say this one. He's ticklish. Seriously? That's how usually one fights. You know what? I'm good with knowing nothing more about this. Let's move on. Either way, best of luck. Thank you. I hope you don't mind me kicking your friend's ass. Tell him I sent you. Try to be kind. Well, I mean, try to be kind. I won't be doing that. Fair enough. Do you mind if we wait here for the others? Not at all. Grab yourselves a table and some, I still don't have any snacks, actually. Don't worry. I brought biscuits. Well then, have some biscuits. I'll set up a table. Why don't you sell cookies? I was never very good at baking. Maybe you should. Hey, clay looks better. You can finally breathe a sigh of relief, everyone. The face and the muscle have arrived. You're all saved. Hooray? Okay, I was trying to make this less awkward, and I see I've made it worse. It's okay, Voy. Some situations call for a little bit of awkwardness. I am... Care, Innkeeper, I'm sorry. I forgive you. It's okay, I get it. It's okay, I get it. I'd be mad too. I'm just glad you came back. Thank you for welcoming me back. Anytime. Yeah, Clay, listen, I'm sorry too. You needed us and there's nothing you could have done. I needed some time alone to be miserable. Thank you for still being here for me when I came back. Anytime, bud. How are you feeling? Not the best. I miss her a lot. Me too. I know. And I feel pretty powerless without her here. But Nils was right. She would have hated it if we gave up now. I don't want to abandon the world she loved so much. We have to try and save it. It's Neil now, I think. But yeah, I think we owe it to her to give it we owe it to her to try. And she deserves a proper ending too. Not to fade into some sort of puppet of his. You're always looking out for her. I know she really appreciated that. And you're always looking out for us. I'm sorry I got so angry about that bird. We're all trying our best. No, you were right. I should do better. Let's try to do better together then. I'd like that. Good job, you three. That wasn't so hard now, was it? It was very hard. But it was worth it. Thanks for dragging me here, Voy. You got it. I've heard you're joining too, Voy. Of course I am. What would everyone do without my priceless encouragement and skillful illusions? Plus, I'm dying to hurl the worst insults known to dragonkind at that man. Don't hold back on my account. Would you like a drink to help you with that? Nah, I think I've got it covered this time. Can't wait to hear your epic battle ballad about it. Oh, you will. Could I have a drink? I think I could use a little something. Like some defense, maybe? I don't know how else I'll handle this without Tia. I'll try my best to mix up some liquid support. Okay, so he wants defense, which is the Frosted Lagoon. Here we go. It's not quite Alethea, but this is as much defense as I can give you. Thank you. This reminds me of her, in the best way possible. I really needed that. Feeling a bit better? Lots, actually. Coolio. Just missing the two wizards now. We should wait for him with Fable. And with Fable's biscuits. There's biscuits? I'm glad they picked up snack duty. Me too. Glad you're okay, big guy. Thank you. Now come on, before Voice starts his inevitable grand speech without us. Did someone say speech? Nope, this way. I'll miss this. Maybe I should start offering food. No, Undo would go crazy. The stars of the show have finally arrived. But Voy is already here. I don't think we can compete with that. Aw, come on, don't kill my vibe. You spend too much time with Inigo. Impossible. Are they also why you're late? We were busy doing research, okay? Turns out we have a little bit of a problem. You mean besides the crazy necromancer with a god complex and a god's weapon trying to kill death? Besides that, yes. Wonderful. What is it? Quasar needs to go through the astral portal in the aperture to reach Tuat and do his crazy apocalypse thing. We figured he'd be able to use the portal without issue because of Tia, or what's left of her. First, he has to get into the aperture somehow, of course. As a former paladin of Cassiopeia, getting to her portal shouldn't be a problem for him. That's what we thought, which is where our problem comes in. We know he's attempting this tonight, because of the transition between the astral moon and the dying moon and all that jazz. Which means we have to get there very fast, but teleporting into the Forbidden Valley isn't exactly easy. Its weird natural magic makes it a hazard for any self-respecting wizard. You're basically guaranteed to teleport yourself into a tree. Even Baya can't help. We're a bit stuck. Got any ideas? I'm good at teleportation drinks. I'm good at teleporting drinks, not people, so not exactly. Grace, you've been awfully quiet. Do you have an idea? I do. You do? Yes. But I knew you'd say no, so I decided to pitch it to the Innkeeper instead. Please go ahead. Remember those spells Hex found? Weren't exactly that many to remember. Can't wait to try out that soul-binding one. Don't. You'd risk your own soul. I meant the teleportation spell. The one that can teleport you anywhere. That one. That one could kill you. I think I could use it to teleport a small group right into the astral sea. Somewhere close to the portal so that they can find Quasar easier. That would be great. No, it wouldn't. Well, Did you miss the part where it could kill you? With my modifications, it has a whole 30% chance of succeeding without stripping me of any of my mana. That's a 70% chance of death. We don't have a lot of options. This isn't an option. We'll find something else, another way. And with what time exactly, Hexagon? Fine. Sure. I'll cast at them. Don't be silly. You're awful at teleportation. Plus, it's more stable if the caster stays behind. And you're a much better fighter than I am. They'll need you at the aperture. And I need you alive. I won't be alive if we don't stop him. I know what I'm doing. Just trust me. Absolutely not. I won't let you sacrifice yourself for some useless heroics. Either I cast it or we don't do this at all. Hex is right. It's too risky. This is Grace's choice. Let her make it. I mean, yeah, it is risky. And Hex is trying to keep his sister from death. But he also feels that way because she didn't get the elven genes that give the long lifespan that he has. And I feel like Grace really just wants to put herself out there and wants to show that, she can do risky things and, succeed at it. And I think I trust her. I think she can do it. So I'm going to say it's her choice. Let her make it. She makes stupid choices sometimes. Oh, the king of stupid choices right here. That's hilarious. She's too good for this world and it'll kill her. So you'd rather shape her into something she's not. Don't you love her the way she is? More than anything, her heart is what makes her so special. Then let her keep it. If we want to save this world, this is the only way. What's the point of this world if it doesn't have you in it? Hex, that world without me that you fear so much, it will exist one day, no matter what we do today. But it doesn't exist right now, and yet you keep acting like it does. I'm just worried. You're so worried about the possibility of me being gone, you treat me like I'm already a ghost. The time we have, it's so short. I know, I'm scared too. I don't want to die either. But I can't miss out on living, pretending I'm already dead. You'll have plenty of time to mourn me when I'm gone. Right now, I need you to love me. I'm so scared, Grace. I don't know what I'll do without you. You'll figure it out. You won't be alone, even when I'm gone. It's not the same. I know. But let's focus on what you can do right now while we're still together. We can save this world if you'll only let me live. I guess I can't keep you in a glass case like some sort of spell scroll. Even though I'd come up with great riddles to trap you with, I'd solve them instantly. You would. Do you really want to do this? I can help. This is how I can help. You don't have to. I want to. Let her be her own person, Hex. She deserves this. You'll make it out of this, okay? You have to promise me you'll make it out of this. I promise. And then we'll have a tea party. So many of them. I love you, Gracie. I love you too, Hexy. Alright. I guess if anyone can handle casting a crazy, powerful, probably cursed teleportation spell, it's you. Or the Innkeeper. But I guess you're not volunteering. Unless you all want to permanently be transformed into drinks, I can't help you. Good thing you've got me then, to cast the spell and to keep you company afterwards. I'll stay behind to ensure the spell's stability and improve the chances of keeping my promise. Sounds lovely. Would you like a drink to assist you in this matter? No. I think I'd like to keep destiny in my own hands today, but thank you. Let's do this then. Before I change my mind and lock you in a tower. I'd like to see you try. Alright. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. You better keep her well hydrated while I'm gone, Innkeeper. Will do. Goodbye. See you soon. Okay, see you soon. You can count on that. It looks like everyone else is ready to get going as well. So shush and let me concentrate. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Grace? Grace? Grace, are you? Oh no. Thank you for your hard work. You've been a joy to have in my tavern. Undo, please keep an eye on the door. I'll go lay her down somewhere safe. That's one way to get a look at my secret rooms, Grace. Wish you would have asked differently, though. So she couldn't handle it. Wait, what the hell is he doing here? Hello, Innkeeper. Oh, hello, I'm... Welcome, or something. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Just came here to check on you. Are you waiting? Yes. Mind if I wait with you? Please do. Of course. Okay, joint forces was the achievement. Act 4, The Wake. 25, Final Lullaby, First of the Dying Moon. Alright, everyone, we are going to go ahead and end it there on a cliffhanger because I am going to come back to this and, we're going to do one more episode, which probably will be the final episode. But I hope you've been enjoying Tavern Talk. It was definitely a very powerful, emotional episode this time around. We just lost Grace. But she went out on her own terms because she knew eventually she was going to die with being, her human genes, as she didn't get what Hex got. Hex got the elven. It's not really, I don't think he has immortality. He just lives longer. But, Grace wasn't born with that. And, but, she went out on her own terms, which I really like that for the character. I think that's really a neat way to do it because she got to choose because Hex wasn't going to let her be involved in anything, and she wanted to more than anything to help out, and she could get them there in time. Whereas I'm curious what would happen if you sided with Hex. I guess we're going to have to see. I would assume they'd make it there because of the teleportation spell, but if they didn't have that, they might not make it in time. So yeah, let me know what you think about this latest chapter in the comments down below. Please leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye.